the car brand Tesla. But did it ever occur to you why this electric car brand was named Tesla? Or does anyone know who this electric car brand is named after? Anyone?
Nikola Tesla?
Yeah. It is the one and only Nikola Tesla. You may not know this amazing scientist, but he still did outstanding things that help us till this day. Good evening, everyone. My name is Aditya Chawla. I'm 12 years old and I'm a 7th grader who attends Bullen Park Middle School. I live with my parents and my younger sister named Isha. First, let's begin our journey with Nikola's birth, family, and childhood. Nikola was born at the stroke of midnight between July 9th and 10th, 1856, in a small village in modern-day Croatia. His birth story is that there was a fierce electrical storm going on, and his mother knew then that Nikola was a child of the light. Nikola's parents were Juka Tesla, an incredibly multi-talented woman, and Milutin Tesla, an Orthodox priest. Nikola was the fourth of 5 children, and during his childhood, he preferred to be alone, never suffering from a lack of ingenious ideas. In fact, he got the idea to use the Niagara Falls to generate electricity in his childhood. Now, let's hear about Nikola's education. Nikola's education took place in Gospic, in the local normal school, the Gymnasium of Gospic, and the Higher Real Gymnasium. Nikola always excelled in all of his classes, and sometimes he solved complex problems in his head, prompting teachers to think that he was cheating. Once, his math teacher failed him in one semester, and Nikola knew that something was wrong. So, he asked the teacher to make a test with the most perplexing problems, and Nikola passed with flying colors. Nikola was praised afterward for handling the situation so calmly. Now, let's move on to Nikola's youth years in the Higher Real Gymnasium. Nikola continued to excel in all of his classes, and he loved to read. Instead of going outside with his friends, Nikola preferred to stay inside and read. He once stated, "Of all things, I like books best." Also, since Nikola was constantly excited about his ideas to be successful, he only slept for 2 to 3 hours each night. Nikola's work was definitely most notable. When Nikola came to the US in 1884, he started working closely with Thomas Edison, though their relationship eventually soured. Their bitter dispute was dubbed in the War of the Currents. It was Nikola Tesla who harnessed the power of the Niagara Falls in the 1890s to generate huge amounts of electricity. In an age where people only used coal and fossil fuels to generate electricity, Nikola showed a cheap and renewable resource, water, could be used to generate a great amount of electricity. Nikola's major inventions include the Tesla coil, the Tesla turbine, the violet ray, the induction motor, and the remote control. Also, at the World's Fair at Chicago in 1983, Nikola bent glass tubes into famous scientists' names, in effect, creating the first neon signs. Nikola was also the first to learn and use wireless transmission, wireless telegraphy, teleforce, and 3-phase electrical power. George Westinghouse, in 1888, purchased all of Nikola's patents for $60,000 in cash and stock in the Westinghouse Corporation. Nikola's funders were almost always his friends. Nikola always made sure to have just enough money to continue his research and inventions, making sure that his friendships were still intact, even if it meant losing money. accomplish his purpose in life. He once stated, "I do not think you can name many great inventions that have been made by married men." Although Nikola had a few friends, he never really spent time with them. Like everyone, Nikola also makes some mistakes. Having said this, let's hear about Nikola's mistakes. One of Nikola's mistakes was that he did not take care of his health, spending too much time on studying. He only wanted to learn ways to execute his ideas to help the world. Another one of Nikola's mistakes was that he was uncertain about how much money he would be needing for experiments, which is why people considered Nikola as a bad investment. Another one of Nikola's mistakes was that he gave up the guarantee to strike it rich. He gave up all of his royalties with George Westinghouse when Westinghouse begged him to do so, causing Nikola to lose several $1 million over the next few years. Like everyone, Nikola was also criticized multiple times throughout his life as well. First, he was criticized for saying that he received a signal from aliens reading 1, 2, 3. Nikola was also criticized because he said he could slice the earth in half like an apple. Also, Nikola claimed that he could create a death ray capable of destroying 10,000 airplanes at a distance of 400 kilometers or 250 miles, for which he was criticized a lot for, as people just found this impossible. Nikola was also criticized by Thomas Edison all the time. Edison never passed an opportunity to put Nikola down. He even went so far to electrocute animals in public to show that AC current is very dangerous. Like everyone, Nikola was also rejected multiple times throughout his life by his employers. Once, Nikola gave Thomas Edison the idea to use energy waves, something we now know as radar, because Edison was, at that time, in charge of finding a way to detect ships for the military. Edison rejected Nikola, telling him the idea was ludicrous, although ironically, the idea was used 18 years later in World War II. J.P. Morgan, one of Nikola's funders, has rejected him as well. Morgan was funding him for an experiment on radio waves when Nikola realized that he had run out of money. So he wrote a letter to Morgan asking for more, but Morgan rejected him, possibly because he thought that there would be no profit for him. Nikola was rejected by Morgan later on as well. He needed a tower for an experiment known as Wardenclyffe Tower, and he went to Morgan for funding, telling him the experiment was for creating a global wireless communication system and to distribute free electricity around the world. But when Morgan realized that Tesla intended to use this tower to distribute free electricity around the world, he stopped funding him and ordered the destruction of the tower, thus rejecting Tesla once again. Keeping the negatives away, let's now hear some of Nikola's outstanding achievements. Elon Musk named his car Tesla to honor Nikola Tesla, as Nikola's AC current motor is the heart of the Tesla electric car. Nikola's name is also on the back of every Tesla Motors electrical vehicle today. Nikola has more than 700 patents, and on his 75th birthday, he was featured on the Times magazine with the cover caption, "All the world is his powerhouse." Also, Nikola has 128 streets, an airport, and a power plant, all named in his honor. In addition to all of this, Google founders Larry Page and Sergey Brin say that they were inspired by reading Tesla's biography when they were 12 years old. Now, let's hear about some of Nikola's awards. Nikola has won the IEEE Edison Medal, the Elliott-Crusoe Medal, and the John Scott Award on Premium. Now, you all might be wondering why I chose Nikola Tesla as my personality. Well, knowing that Tesla was named after Nikola, I decided to research more about him, and it turns out that he liked confident. I'd like to thank my parents for always supporting me and listening to the speech multiple times at home. I'd like to thank my sister for giving me feedback and my mentor Krish for making the speech the best it could be. Lastly, I would like to thank all of you, the awesome audience, for coming here today and listening to my speech and everyone else's. Thank you and have a great day.